Hi guys, welcome to our first ever virtual volleyball clinic. My name is Caitlin Moriarty and I'm the head volleyball coach at Berry College.
I'm Maddie and I'm 12 years old in 7th grade.
I'm Ada and I'm 9 in 4th grade.
And I'm JT and I'm the assistant coach here at Berry, and these two belong to me.
For this clinic, you're going to need a volleyball, some space, especially a wall, maybe at your house or outside. Some water is definitely recommended. And some optional equipment would be a resistance band to do some shoulder exercises and a buddy to help you with these drills. Some of the drills will be individual drills, but a lot of the drills will need a buddy. The buddy doesn't need to have any volleyball skills or any volleyball knowledge. They're just here to help you. All right, we're going to put these girls through a dynamic warm-up and we'll see you in a second. So the purpose of a dynamic warm-up is to get moving. So we're going to have them jog down and back pedal backwards 2 times, starting to get their heart rate up. Then they're going to face me in karaoke or grapevine, down and back. 2 times again. If you've got more space, you can just go through 1 time, but we're a little bit limited here, so we're going to go through twice. Really make sure we're getting loose. They're going to shuffle down and back, still facing me the whole time, starting to move their arms a little bit. Get those nice and loose as well. Moving laterally down and back, down and back. They're going to high knee skip, really driving their knee up. Opposite arm. And they're going to lunge and twist. Really stretch that hip flexor. Get their back a little bit loose. Working on a little bit of balance in there. Again, if you have more space, feel free to go all the way down 1 time. The point of this is just to get your heart rate up, get nice and warm and loose before we get into volleyball drills. Now we're going to lunge laterally. Again, really opening up those hips. Stretching, they're going kind of fast. You can really slow down and stretch if you need to, especially the more advanced older players that might be a little bit more achy than these young agile girls. We really want to make sure our lower body is nice and warm, nice and stretched out before we get going. Now they're going to kick out with their toe flexed towards the ceiling and kick back. Again, warming up those hip muscles, hamstrings, quads, get a little bit of balance in there. And back. We're going to be stretching down towards the gym floor, kicking our legs back, really feeling that stretch in our legs. Again, you can go at your own pace. They're going fast, but feel free to take your time and really stretch. We're going opposite arm with our quads. You can go up on your toe for a little bit more balance. Any type of balance work is great for volleyball. It's great for injury prevention. Any type of body control muscle exercise is wonderful for volleyball players. So really hold that stretch. Now we'll go into a calf muscle stretch. So pointing the toe up, they should feel this stretch in their calf muscle. Still getting their heart rate up by going at a decently fast pace. On the way back here, we're going to have them just walk on their toes, Start moving their arms around. One more time. Stretch if they need to. Whatever you need to do to get kind of those final warm-up stretches in. And we're going to finish with a sprint down and back about 80% of their max speed. Down and back, and then one more time to finish. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is our arm warm-up. This is going to train your brain to have proper swing mechanics, serve mechanics. It's something that we do before every single practice. Keep our shoulders healthy, and again, just have that muscle memory. So you can do this. Traditionally, we do this with a partner back and forth, but we want to show you, if you don't have a partner to do this with, that you can do it just against a wall as well, and it works just as well. So you guys are going to take this. The first one we're going to do is we're going to have our hips open to our setter, like Coach JT was saying. Both arms are going to come up. We're going to reach, throw with 2 arms, and then catch. So again, we're training our brain to open up, squeeze your core. Good. Okay, I recommend doing 10 to 15 of those before moving on to the next one. The next one we're going to do is a one-arm throw, guys. So we're starting in the same position. They're both right-handed. If you were left-handed, you would start opposite. So I'll do that. Ada, you bump back. Okay, we're going to come up. Open, opposite arm is pointed. Good, elbow stays high. We're going to step, twist our trunk, throw, and then finish. Release all the way through. Good, we want their shoulders to be nice and flat when they release. The momentum of their swing is just going to carry them forward. Rotating their shoulders right now. We want to be able to control the ball and aim with our shoulders and our hands. So we're going to stop our shoulders and naturally let us finish forward. So one more. Good, guys. Good. Okay, the next one we're going to work on is just getting a good contact on the ball. Okay, so when we contact, we want to use our palm. So our feet are going to start the same. We're going to have our opposite toe pointed out in front with our opposite hand holding the ball. Good. Start with your hand on the ball. Okay, when we swing, we want to aim for the center of the ball, guys. Okay, so not the top, not the bottom, center of the ball. They're going to draw their elbow nice and high back. Good. You're not going to toss for this. You're just going to work on getting a good contact. It should bounce to the floor and then hit the wall. Good. You hear that pop? They're engaging their core. Good, guys. Lefties, you're going to go opposite of them. So like this. Good. Again, we're not trying to hit it as hard as we can. We're trying to train our muscles to have good swing mechanics. Good. So one thing I want to point out is they're always drawing up in front. We don't see any windmills happening, okay? If I asked you guys, here, put the balls down, jump as high as you can, standing where you're at. What are you going to do? Yes, you're going to bring your arms all the way back and then all the way forward. What do you think happens if I jump like this?
You go way lower.
Yeah, you're not going to jump as high, right? So we want to maximize our jump. Our arms are going to come up in front, and then we're going to open up. So that's why we throw this way. That's why we swing this way. So no windmills. And it's going to hurt your shoulder, right? Okay, so let's practice adding a toss now. So it's going to be 2-arm toss. Why do you think we do 2 arms? Yes. So just like I said, we're going to bring both arms up. We're going to open, opposite arm. It's important that when you guys toss, you're going to reach. So we're contacting out in front. Okay, so it's that full swing. So a good way to check yourself is if you use a line. Okay, we want our toss to be in front of that line. Okay, so you can use chalk at home, you can use spray paint, you could use a leaf, you could use a sock.
Or you could just practice tossing out in front. 2 arms out in front, nice and high. Okay, so give yourself time to reach, swing, and it's going to hit the ground. Good. Great, Maddie. That's a great ball. Good, Ada. So it's great for the younger players to start these mechanics at an early age because she's not creating bad habits that she's going to have to break when she's older. She's training her brain that even though she's not going to have as much power as Maddie, she's not compromising her form at all. Good. Open up, Ada, all the way. So turn those shoulders. Yes! Good. Great adjustment. Great body awareness. Good, guys. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is just a float warm-up serve. So again, the feet are starting the same. Opposite arm is holding the ball, and your hitting dominant arm is up high. So lefties would be here. So we're just going to lift the ball, guys. You're not really tossing. You're just lifting it. Lifting it, you're going to shift your weight from your back foot to your front foot. Elbow stays up the whole time. You're going to hit the center of the ball, and you're going to finish palm to target. You're going to hold it. So it's just a nice float serve. You're going to hold, okay? So feet are not moving all that much. Good. So toss out in front. Good. So again, whether you're a jump server, a standing float server, we want to have great mechanics when we go back and serve. So they're engaging their core. They're tossing out in front so they have a full swing and their elbows high. Good. Now finish palm to target. Ada, hold it. Good. So she has a really nice, strong wrist, right? So a good way to practice this is if we're facing each other and we go to high five, we're going to toss, high five, and reach. Toss, high five, and reach. You get that pop on the ball, right? Ready? Pop. Don't be afraid. Not gonna hurt. Good. Toss, reach. Good. So really spread those fingers and drive your palm. A couple more. Good, guys. Good. Okay, next what we're gonna do is just kind of a top spin, roll shot. So you can toss with 2 arms or 1 arm. Open up again, and we're going to focus on snapping our wrist, getting under it, and holding. So it's going to spin. So I like to toss with my right arm. I'm going to toss so that it's going to land on top of my head now. So I'm underneath the ball. You guys see that? Okay. Toss, open up, snap. Toss, open up, snap. Toss, open up, snap. Working on that roll shot. That's okay. Open up, Ada. Good. That's it, Ada. Good. One more each. Okay, the last one we want to practice at home is our tips, okay? We get players that come to college that don't know how to tip, so we like to teach them at this age that when you tip, it counts statistically the same thing as swinging. So it's okay to tip. It's actually a high volleyball IQ. If you can find a hole and you tip to that. So we're going to start with our feet open, hands up like you're serving. You're going to lift and really, really soft wrist flick, okay? Keep the ball out in front. We want to disguise it like we're hitting though. So don't drop your elbow, keep your elbow high. Here, tip. Here, tip. Really, really soft. You gotta fake me out like you're about to swing. Good, Maddie. That's it, Ada. Good, so we want to go up, and over a blocker. So up and over a blocker. Good, that's better. Up and over a blocker. Good. I'm not gonna do it. Good job, guys. So some other variations of our arm warm-up that we can do is we work a lot on hand contact. So putting the ball places where we want to. So our players will do a lot of thumb up, crossbody slinging to go up and around a blocker, or thumb down, wrist away, that finesse shot, that hard cross shot. So if you want to work on those kinds of things, the time to do it is when you toss to yourself, open up, or thumb down, or what they were doing was just straight ahead. So real quick, thumb up would just be open up, going across my body. So I'm not turning my shoulders this time, I'm disguising where I'm going. Okay, same thing with the wrist away, I'm going around the block. Thumb down. Okay, so I'm stepping, thumb down. You guys want to try? Thumb up or thumb down? Yes, good. That's it, Maddie. So you can slow it down if you need to. Remember, it's about form, not about power. Good. So again, the reason we do this is when you get to the college level and even club and high school, there's going to be blockers. Okay? So we've got to figure out ways to go around the block, hit certain areas of the court. Okay, those kind of trick shots that you see. We're doing that by changing our hand direction, our thumbs. Good. All right, you guys want some more? Yes. Good job.
The most important skill in volleyball is passing. Coach JT is going to break it down for you. A couple of cue words you'll hear him say. We're going to start in a short stop posture. Your hands are neutral and your tray is going to be out. You're going to move your feet first and jab step. Shoot your platform with your thumbs to the ground on contact, and you're going to freeze your platform to target.
All right, one of the first things we want to talk about is passing, because that's an important skill in volleyball. There's a lot of ways to put your hands together. We're not really talking about that. One thing I do want to mention, though, is we don't want to have our fingers crossed together like that, because that's a good way to get hurt. I always say here, here, fold them together. Just as long as you don't have your fingers intertwined, there's kind of a lot of different ways to put your hands together. So not a big thing, but something to think about. All right, so they're going to put their hands together, and then they're going to get in what we call is a short stop posture. So they're going to have their feet about shoulder width apart. They're going to have their hands out in front of them, kind of like a shortstop in baseball or softball. They're not going to have their hands together. They're going to be right here, ready to go. Not dropped super low. We're going to have them about halfway up so we can protect our base and pass the ball with our forearms, which is what we're going to do about 80% of the time anyway. So we're ready for that. We've got good loading in our legs. We're not straight up locked out, but we're not squatting all the way down. We have a good flat back. If you look at Ada, she has a pretty flat back all the way through. She's going to have her tray out just a little bit, okay? And she's ready to go. We want to have the weight on the balls of our feet so that we're ready to move and pass. And that's your basic shortstop posture, ready to pass. And we're going to show you some drills on how to use this and get your angles right. All right, first thing we're going to do is just a platform drill. Go ahead and just sitting in a chair, have somebody toss you a ball. You want to toss it down here towards their knees. A couple things we want to focus on is after contact, we're freezing right there. So we're going to hold it 1, 2, and then let it go. Hold that contact. Even though she's sitting in a chair, to get her body behind her shoulders around behind the ball as much as possible. Keep your tray out.
The next drill that we're doing is great for players that are focusing on platform work. So some of those beginning players all the way up to college level players can even do this. So Ada is down here kind of in a protect her face if she needs to, or she can shoot her platform forward. And as she does this, she wants to keep her thumbs to the ground, and she's gonna push her shoulders forward. She's gonna shrug those traps up there. Okay, so Maddie will toss. Good, and then Adah, I want you to hold it, and we'll check to see where your shoulders are. So you're gonna freeze. Good, so see how she's squeezing her traps, and her shoulders have moved forward with the ball. Good, back. Good, and what I love is, go back, is her thumbs are pointed to the ground. They're not coming up high, and she's finishing towards the ground. Hold, excellent. Good, let it freeze. Okay. Good, hold it a little bit longer, Adah. Good, one more. Excellent.
All right, the next drill we're going to do is kind of a combination, but trying to get some footwork in. So you can use cones. At home, we actually just put marks with sidewalk chalk out on our driveway. So a lot of different options you can have. But just make sure we're in posture. She's going to pull her elbows out just a little bit. We always say you want to smell those armpits. So get them out and ready. And we're just going to go probably like a 30-second time. We're just going to demo this. Usually 30 seconds, you run out of gas pretty quick. Okay, so here we go. And you're going to go quick. She's passing the ball a little bit high. She needs to get it back to me a little bit lower. Good. Trying to beat the ball to the other side. Obviously, you can make this as easy or as hard as you want based on how fast.
Don't drop that tray.
She's dropping her tray a little bit. We want her to try and keep everything out as she moves and be ready to go. Try and keep those shoulders on the same level instead of popping up and down. She's actually doing a pretty good job of that. Good, there we go. Good job. The second way we can do this is if you have a band, you can put it around your ankle. So it just kind of makes things a little bit harder and actually gives you a good leg workout as well. So we're going to demo that as well. Ready? Here we go. Good. Shuffle over. Good. There we go. Keep your feet apart. She's bring your feet together just a little bit. You want to kind of keep those feet apart just to keep the tension on the band. Those shoulders. Freeze that platform. Good. Shoulders down. Shoulders down. There you go. Keep your butt out of it. She's kind of passing like this a little bit. We want to keep that butt back. There you go. Last one.
Another great drill that you can do with a partner, and again, your partner doesn't have to have any volleyball knowledge, is something we call an X drill. We do this with our primary passers pretty much every day. How it is Maddie's going to start in the middle of our court here. We've marked off 4 corners. These are about 10 feet apart. We do this 2 different versions in our gym. Short corners like this, and then we spread it out to 20 feet too. So we're a little bit limited on our space here, but for more advanced players, if you want to challenge yourself, spread out those cones a little bit more. So she's going to start in her ready position. I'm going to slap. She's going to make her way back to the first cone, pass me the ball. We're working on being balanced on contact, stopped on contact, and she's working on freezing that angle back to me. As soon as you shuffle, you're going to get all the way there, and then you're going to drop that inside shoulder back to target. Okay, let's try that one more time. Drop your shoulder. That's it. Try the other way. Good. Good. Forward. Same. Drop. Good. Back to base. Good. Drop. Good. Drop. Hold. Great. Okay, same thing. Open up. Good. Last one. Okay, the next series we're going to do is just a couple individual wall work drills, again focused on platform and passing. So the first thing Adah's going to do is she's going to get her feet in her ready position and her shortstop posture, and her goal is not to really move her feet as she's doing this drill. We want to minimize movements. All I want her to do is push her shoulders forward each time
and there should be no swing to her platform. Sound good? So we're just focused on just pushing. Okay, she's gonna toss, push, push. Good, okay? So what I really like is she's pushing those shoulders forward and her thumbs stayed to the ground the whole time, which is great. Whoop, that's okay. Good. So one thing that will help her generate a little bit more power, you see that ball kind of dying off there, is I want you to shift your weight from your back foot to your front foot. Back foot to front foot, back to front foot. Okay, so she's not actually taking a step, she's just shifting her weight. So all my weight's on my left foot, and then I'm gonna lean forward and it switches to my right. Yep. The hardest part is just starting off with a good toss. There you go. Good. Push those shoulders forward. That's it. Good. Awesome. Low, high. Low, high. Good. Low, high. Low, high. Awesome.
Oh, now I know how I can do it because I can do it.
Now you got something to work on at home. Okay, so Maddie, the next one I want you to do is you're gonna shuffle along this if you can, and you're gonna try to pass the whole way down. So it's really about minimizing your movements and just letting it hit you, yep? Because the more you swing at it, the more it's gonna go right. That's okay.
Should face it higher because she was higher.
This one's really hard. I keep giving you the hard ones. Good.
This is just kind of a reaction drill, something we do. We actually do it with our girls in pregame just to kind of get them warmed up and ready to go. Normally have a ball full of cards, but this will work since we're at home and doing things. So we're going to get in our short stop posture, okay? And they're just going to have to quick react. Oh, didn't react very well. We're going to be ready to go again. Here we go. Good. We're going to react. Try and use your hands if it's coming high. There we go. That's a good reaction. Good. There we go. See what Ada can do. Good. Way to get low. Got her hips down underneath that ball.
The next skill we're going to break down is setting. Setters are like quarterbacks. They run the offense. Cue words you'll hear us talk about are our starting position, facing our passers in an athletic posture, left-right footwork, beating the ball and waiting on it, a high contact point with your thumbs at your hairline, holding your extension after contact, and immediately vocalizing feedback to your hitters.
A couple things we want to focus on. The first is when they're waiting for the ball, we want them to be in an athletic, almost shortstop posture as well. So her weight is on her toes. If there was a net, her back would be to the net. She'd be facing her passers, ready to move at any point. The next thing we want to talk about is her footwork. She's always going to finish by going left, right, and squaring up to her target. So let's see a left, right, face me. Good. Yep. Back to base. Good. Left, right, face me. Good. So she's going to do this footwork no matter where she's going and no matter who she's setting to. Let's say she has to travel a little bit further distance. She's going to add an additional left, right. Okay, so coming off the net, she's going to go left, right, then square left, right. Good. Okay, let's see one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Good. So we always want to finish left, right footwork. Okay. The second thing we want to talk about is her hands. One way that I always teach it is if you think about your favorite 2-liter soda. What's yours, Maddie? Cream soda. Interesting choice. Maddie's going to pick up that cream soda and she's going to dump it on her head. So her thumb should be at her hairline, right? So a little bit further back. Good. If we're looking at her posture, her back is nice and flat. She's not leaning one way or the other, not leaning too far forward. She wants to be super, super neutral with her hands at her forehead and her thumbs at her hairline. Okay, relax. When she goes to set, we've already talked about left, right footwork. She's going to come up in front to protect her face, especially young setters. And then she's going to hold her extension to release. Her hands are flat. Good. She's not coming up super wide, and she's not finishing wide. Okay, so she's going to come up at her hairline, press. Good. And the last thing, our last keyword for our setters today is going to be vocalized feedback. Okay, so you are the quarterback, you are in charge. You are the first person to know if this set is going to be on the net, off the net, too high, too tight, or perfect. Okay, so what's one feedback that you could give your hitter? Yep. If she knows her set is gonna die inside, she might be screaming inside, inside. Or if it's a perfect set, what's something you might scream? Yeah, just hit it, swing, swing, fire away, go girl, something, right? So as soon as she releases and makes contact with that ball, we want her vocalizing and giving feedback to her hitters. A great at-home drill that you can do with a partner. And again, your partner doesn't have to have any volleyball knowledge or ability at all. Thankfully, Adah does. But your partner is just going to be in charge of tossing, okay? So Maddie's working on setting. She's going to start with her hands neutral. She's going to come up, protect her face. And Adah's goal is to toss this ball right at Maddie's hairline. And she's just going to catch it and make sure she's catching at her forehead. Her back is nice and neutral. She's going to release and hold her extension. Good. And then back to good posture. Good. And back. Catch. Good. Good adjustment. Great toss. That's okay. Good adjustment. So no matter where that toss goes, so even if Adah's toss isn't perfect, we want to see Maddie's back nice and flat as you go to catch it. So really squeeze those core muscles. So you can catch that up here. That's it. Perfect. Perfect. And catch. Good. Great tosses, Adah. Good. That's it. You feel your core getting engaged now? Good. I like how you kept your back flat that time. Catch. Good. Okay, second round, she can go ahead and set it back. We want a quick release. And again, Maddie, I want you to hold your extension. So same tosses, Adah. Keep it up. That's good. Now hold. Hold your extension. That's it. Hold. Okay. So your thumbs are a little bit low. I want you to get them a little bit higher at your hairline. Good. So when you go to release, Maddie, try to release a little bit more out in front. That's it. And get rid of it quick. That's it. Good. Really reach. Keep that back flat. That's it, Maddie. You're getting stronger. Good. Now hold. One more. One more and hold. That's it. Good job.
All right, the next drill we're going to do is just a little more setting. Caitlin talked about that 2 liter and having that, and so now we're just really duplicating that with the cone. So Adah has her hands around a cone, and she's going to tip that up on top of her head. So we have the point of the cone kind of right here at her hairline where she's going to catch that ball. So she's going to go over to our wall or our net. Okay. She's going to start in her neutral position. Okay. And then Maddie is just going to toss a tennis ball for her. She's going to open up with her steps and face her hitter, who's going to be over here. Okay, so she did on that one, she kind of reached, so we've got to get our feet all the way. Some technical difficulties with our tosser. Okay, so she's going to start. All right, here we go. Good. Try and keep your right there, and then she kind of corrected to get it above. That's what we want. Look through, we always say keep your chin down and kind of look through your eyebrows up to get that ball.
Good.
No steps. Left. Finish. Oh, she didn't finish with her right step that time. Nope. Pass goes up. Good. There we go.
Great form, too.
All
Oh,
right.
Adah. 3 in a row.
Almost.
Trick shot.
Alright, the next thing we're gonna do is you just, after you've done pins and tennis balls, you just add another ball, so we're progressing into real skills right here. So we're just gonna toss to Adah, she's gonna turn, try and get behind the ball and set it to Maddie. Here we go. Open step, nope. Where are you facing? That's where you need to be facing, it's not where you want. Here we go. Turn. Good.
Yeah, you
so
should.
What we talked about talking, so this is a great time to practice, even though there's no hitters, it's a great time to practice your talking. That's one of the most important things.
So isn't that 1 or 2?
Just
You should just say Adah.
Mine! Adah! Mine! Adah!
Drill that we like to do with our setters in our gym is called rock, paper, scissors. It's great because it focuses on vision work, but also before that, getting their feet all the way to the ball. So we want to beat the ball to the spot. So we want to be waiting on the ball before we decide who we're going to set and when the ball reaches us. So I'm going to toss to Maddie. She's going to first focus on getting her feet all the way to my toss. We're going to start kind of easy. And then I want her to work on seeing the pass and seeing the potential blockers and what they're doing. So I'm going to give her a cue. It's going to be a rock, paper, or scissors. And I want her to shout it out before she sets. Okay, so your 2 focuses are getting your feet all the way to the ball. You're going to beat the ball to the spot. And then I want you to see me and that vision work I'm talking about. So scissors, rock, or paper. You're going to scream it as loud as you can. Okay, ready? I'm going to hold it with this hand. Okay, ready? Okay, rock! So before you set, it's okay.
Wait.
Your feet looks great. Okay, ready? Neutral position. Good. This time nice and loud so they can hear you. That was paper. Ready? Rock. Good.
Maddie, step in closer.
Good. So as soon as you see it out of my hand, I want you to get your feet all the way there and you're waiting on it like this. Then you can shift your eyes. Ready?
Beat the ball first. You're focused on the hand instead of the ball.
Good. Okay, Adah, your turn. Ready? So you're going to get your feet there first, and then look at me. Yep. You're going to shout it right before. Okay, so you're going to get your feet there first, and then turn your eyes to me. Yep, and then set. You're going to scream it as soon as you see it. Okay, ready? Good. Good. Okay, one more step. Get your feet all the way there. things that we've done in our gym too are your setter can shout out what you're holding. If you want to challenge them, if you want to challenge yourself, you can shout out what beats it. So rock beats scissors, scissors beats paper, and so on, okay? We even have our setter sometimes going back and forth, playing an actual game of rock, paper, scissors while setting back and forth.
I'm going to demonstrate a couple of setting drills you can do by yourself at home. We're working on quick releases, minimizing movement in our forearms, so just flicking our wrist. We're going to start with wall squats, keeping our weight on our toes. I'm going to take you through a lunge series next. You want to do 10 to 20 reps on each leg. So we're getting a little bit of a lower body workout now too, focusing on really controlled upper body and just moving that wrist. So we're getting some balance training in here too. Curtsy lunge. The next one we're going to do is one-legged sets. So this is going to help you maintain your posture while balancing, strengthening your lower body as well as your core. Hold each leg for 10 to 30 seconds to really challenge yourself. Okay guys, I am not a setter, but I'm attempting to do one-handed sets. This is a great drill for wrist strengthening, obviously working on a great contact on your fingertips and strengthening those wrists. That's going to help you with setting. Each hand about 10 to 30 seconds. We'll go into rainbow setting, so getting comfortable setting a little bit outside of our bodies, controlling that ball. Another great drill is off the shoulder setting. So not every pass is going to come perfectly to you, and you're not going to be able to get your feet to every set. So working on all situations, such as having to set off your shoulder, is a drill that you can work on at home against a wall. Be sure to get your feet stopped, finishing left-right footwork still. Okay, this is a harder one. So you're going to set to yourself, set to the wall. If you want to challenge yourself, like I'm trying to do here, you're going to go on one leg to also work on balance. So set to myself, set to the wall. Couple reps and then you'll switch legs. We're going to wrap up today's clinic with an at-home exercise, shoulder bands, something that we do in our gym before every practice and before every game. 2 more times. 1, 2.
I feel like new sunglasses, like a brand new pair of jeans. I feel like taking chances. I feel a lot like 17. I feel like windows roll down new city streets.
Reach, Ada, reach. Yeah, there you
I
go.
feel like anything can happen, laughing. You take me right back when we were kids.
Almost done. 2 more.
Never thought I'd feel like this. Like when I close my eyes and don't even care if anyone sees me dancing. Like I can fly and don't even think the
Now you're going to do the
time
same thing with your hand.
like a heartbeat skip, like an open page, like a one-way trip on a narrow plane.
Try to go really Really slow.
Brand new.
You can loosen up the bottom a little bit if you need to. Here, Ada, face Maddie so we can see a different angle. There you go. You're doing great. A few more. This looks really good, guys. That looks good. Couple more.
Like when I close my eyes.